Well, that's what happens when, no disrespect to Lamar for being his own agent, but like this deal should have been done like at training camp. Like there's this, and this is why is he's been dinged up. He's got the knee injury, and that was always kind of everybody's concern for how Lamar's style of play. It's not like he takes a lot of big hits. Personally, I think he's actually smart with the football when he runs with it. Not like Cam Newton, who was built like a brick shit house and would just try to maul through people, a la Josh Allen right now. But I felt like Lamar was always smart with the ball. But the big concern was, is the body going to hold up? And this is the first big instance of, oh, he's got a knee injury. Like, what's going to happen down the road? X, Y, Z. Like this deal should have been done at training camp. This is why ownership has kind of dragged this out, and Lamar being his own agent, I let it play out to a certain extent, and this clears the deck for, okay, if we don't hammer out a deal by the time it's franchise tag time, we're just going to franchise tag you, and you're not going to turn down that guaranteed cash, and you're not going to let that toll so you don't hit free agency next year if they don't tag you. So this is the hand that's kind of been played from the Lamar camp, and I think this is going to have an effect on contract value moving forward. Like, do I think he's an upper echelon quarterback, total talent wise? Sure. Is Greg Roman potentially holding him back, as some people in the Baltimore area are painting the picture out to be? Okay, I can meet you halfway there, but there still leaves a lot to be desired with the passing game, and it's kind of like the chicken or the egg. Is it Lamar's passing ability, or is it Greg Roman just trying to run the football a bunch and get things spread out and just dump everything off to Mark Andrews? I think there's a fair debate. I probably would not be surprised if Greg Roman is not back next season, but that's a discussion for another day. But this is just clearing the decks for Lamar to get franchise tagged.
Yeah, and I think, we can have this discussion real quick about Lamar Jackson and his standing with the Ravens. Like, I kind of buy the Ravens' apprehension to give him all that money. Like, I'm here siding with the Ravens because I'm a Lamar fan. I get it. The guy's an elite athlete. He kind of wows us on a weekly basis, but let's call a spade a spade. He's no upper echelon quarterback of the NFL. Like, he's not going to be able to take down Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow out of the AFC alone on a consistent basis. So I think Lamar, while there is a spot for him in the NFL, I believe it's more him than Greg Roman. I think Greg Roman is simply just making sure the kid doesn't ruin himself by throwing 14 picks in a span of 4 games if we let him air it out in the playoffs. You feel me? Like, that's the mindset. And I've seen this a lot. I mean, we're watching in New England now where the second they let Mac Jones throw a little bit downfield, it's intercepted left and right? So you've got to manage him. And I think Greg Roman and obviously Harbaugh, they're smart dudes. They're not idiots. They're not going to go into a game plan holding an elite throw from the pocket back. But obviously he's not an elite throw from the pocket. He's got to be able to run the ball and have movement and this and that, and an offense around him that it basically insulates him from making bad mistakes. So are you asking me if that kind of guy is worth $50 million a year? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I'm sorry. No, he's not. And I get it. He's hell bent on getting the Deshaun Watson money, but Deshaun Watson, healthy and non-sexual assault aside, is a very talented thrower of the football from the pocket. And Lamar simply isn't that, and he hasn't gotten better over the years.
Mm-hmm. No, I can buy that. Yeah. But let's be honest though. Like, if they're gonna hash out this contract, like, I feel ownership or Harbaugh at some point is going to acquiesce and is going to be like, okay, like, if you think Greg Roman's holding you back, well, we'll install, for example, like, Kafka's not going anywhere, but like a Kafka type dude that's going to spread it out and make it push the ball downfield, and we're going to see what happens.
It'll be a train wreck. It'll be an absolute train wreck. Like,
watch, that's where Cliff Kingsbury goes. He'll go to Baltimore. Honestly, and you know what the fucked up thing is? I don't think he would be that bad of an offensive coordinator. I don't know, like, we talked about that offline.
I like Cliff.
But like Cliff, dancing Cliff for everything that he is, like, he could draw up an offensive scheme. Whether or not Kyler Murray liked it or not is a different discussion. But would I be shocked if, hey, they give him the bag and it's like, okay, we're gonna pay like the guy. Let's see you spread it out more, which is not really Greg Roman's offensive type of game. Like, what is to stop them from having Cliff Kingsbury come in? And they can even go the Bill Belichick route, right? And say he's like an offensive assistant to the head coach. So you don't get the offensive coordinator title. So Arizona is still paying this guy's contract to coach your guy.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this Ravens thing shakes out. And I'll put it this way: like, Lamar has a decision to make. The decision is, will he play or will he not play? Because now I think we're past the injury part. I think this is,
It was supposed to be 2 weeks.
yeah.
He was supposed to be back week 18,
I
the
think
latest.
by everything that John Harbaugh said, by everything that's been leaked out of that camp, it's become evident that it's not an injury thing anymore. Now it's a contract thing. Now, number one, this is the same dude that said he's going to stop negotiating in, what was it, the preseason, and make sure they focus on the season, right? Remember all that? Mm-hmm. They stopped negotiating for his contract, and now all of a sudden, in the worst of times, when your team needs you the most, you're going to go back on your word and decide to not play. That would be a mark or a black eye he's not going to be able to overcome in his career. Like, this is a defining moment in his career. There's going to be Ravens fans out there that are never going to look at him the same if he's healthy and he let that team basically go out without him on the field and they lost that game. So that's key for Lamar Jackson. He's got to think about that as well. Like, I get it. Like, at the end of the day, pay for play, give me my money. It is what it is. But if this is something where Lamar Jackson has to sit down and think about it, because this could potentially haunt him for the rest of his career if he doesn't go back on the field.